guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. Hope that you have your prep list, everything like that handy. Hope you've grabbed your ingredients and we should be good to go. It always helps to have it all collected so that you feel like you know what you're doing. This week on the menu is lemon chicken pasta toss. We're going to have a crustless quiche, pineapple chicken skillet, shawarma rice bowl, and a honey Dijon burger bowl. Lots of things to look forward to this week, lots of flavor, easy recipes, stuff that's not going to keep you in the kitchen for forever, okay? And we're going to save even more time this week by prepping now. So this is definitely a love yourself later thing. As I do many times, I'm going to start with level 3 because I got 3 different levels there depending on your motivation level for meal prep. I'm going to start with level 3, which is cooking some of my chicken ahead of time. I'm going to actually cook chicken for both the pineapple chicken skillet and the lemon chicken pasta toss. So I'm just gonna do that in my pressure cooker, which this is one of the things I love most for saving time and effort in the kitchen is this beast. And if I'm gonna be in here, I'm gonna be working and doing some things anyway, might as well have this working at the same time. So the chicken, I have 4 breasts in there. I'm just gonna throw a little salt and pepper on them. Because I mean, that's never a bad thing. And I just turned it to poultry and press start. There is a cup of water in there. So that it'll go, but that's just gonna do its thing and gonna make it a little easier for the next few days when I am looking to make supper. So there we go. If you're planning on doing level 3, you got level 3 done. Now it's just time for level 1 and level 2. So let's start with some chopping, shall we? As always, it is nice to have a trusty cutting board and a sharp knife. Yeah, both of these things right here. My cutting board has pockets. It's awesome. I'm in love with the pockets. I use one for garbage. I use one for good stuff. And for the good stuff, the pocket doubles as a storage container as well. Has handy dandy venting lids and everything for optimum storage. If you are a frequent meal prepper, this is an awesome cutting board. So I'm gonna chop up 2 onions, just gonna throw both of those in here at the same time. I think that's like a sign of adulthood when you can get really excited about a cutting board. It's like a next level adulting that 18-year-old me would have been very confused about. You know, the technical adult that isn't quite there yet. Though hey, you could be 18 and be very adulty. I wasn't. Here we go. So I'm just gonna chop these up real quick. Have your dicing yours out the good old-fashioned way. Nothing wrong with that either. This thing does help prevent some tears though. So unless you're really like aiming for a good cry, it can be pretty nice. Not judging if you're looking for a good cry. Need an emotional outlet every now and then. If meal prep is your opportunity for that, then so be it. I'm not going to store anything else in with the onions because, you know, they smell. So just going to put a lid on that. Now I am going to chop a bell pepper. Look at the handle on that thing. Like, that is a serious handle. Okay. I think I'm gonna take off. There we go. Sorry guys, I got an itchy nose. I'm not picking it, I'm just scratching it, I promise. I probably just shouldn't have said anything right there. Okay. So, I like to chop my pepper from the bottom, just cut along like the natural ridges that are in it, and then pull them off. A lot of the guts come out with it. Just gonna give this a rough chop, and then I will chop up the rest with my food chopper there. Smelling pepper actually. Like, they're super juicy, but man, these are some nice smelling peppers. I'm liking that. Definitely a juicy one though. So there we go. Got that chopped. I'm also going to slice a pepper, so I'm going to put that in the same container. I just have a little divider. That is an option to put in these containers. So it's going to keep my sliced ones separate from my chopped ones. I mean, you'd have an easy enough time chopping or taking your sliced ones away from it anyway, I would imagine, but it's all good. Some pretty decent sized peppers today. Okay, so I'm throwing my sliced on one side, my choppy on the other. There we go. Throw a lid on that. And that is the second one here, ready to go. Now I'm gonna prep some broccoli florets here. Florets, I don't know. Here we go. just cut off the main part and just kind of start pulling these off. When the part of the middle gets real big again, I just chop that off. Don't know if that's like, you know, the way to do it or if there is a way to do it, but that's what I'm going for. It is going in pasta, so I'm just kind of keeping it fairly small. Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm at the point where if I drop something on the floor, it's pretty well dead to me, so that piece of broccoli is probably just going to stay there until my husband gets home and I pretend that I didn't see where I dropped it. That is my confession for today. If you feel better getting your confession out, go right ahead. Safe place. I won't tell anybody. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have a little more than the 2 cups, but honestly, I'm at peace with that. I'm okay with having a little extra broccoli. Whether it goes in the pasta or whether I'm snacking on it, both of those sound like decent options. Here we go. Broccoli. You could use frozen as well, depending on, you know, what the price is looking like around you this week. And guys, would you believe that's level 1 done? We did it. We did level 1. Now for level 2, firstly, I'm gonna chop up some lettuce for the burger bowls. Now, one thing I find kind of funny is if I go to a restaurant and they offer me I'm just gonna dump my garbage here. If I go to a restaurant and they have burgers on the menu and they say there's a gluten-free option, and actually I'm gonna use a different knife for this. They say there's a gluten-free option for the burger. I say great. And then they say that that option is a lettuce bun. I hate it. I hate the lettuce bun option because it's like not a bun option. However, if I make a burger bowl at home, which is, you know, just like way more lettuce than you would get on a lettuce bun, I think it's delicious and awesome. So hopefully you are of the same mindset, because that's essentially what we're doing. It's going to be making a burger with all the toppings, but we're going to be putting it on top of a bed of lettuce instead of putting it on a bun. For some reason, it's just an exciting way to eat it. So I am using a nylon knife, a serrated nylon knife, to cut this. And the benefit of using a nylon knife is that your lettuce isn't going to brown as quickly. If you use a metal knife, it's going to brown a lot quicker than if you use either a nylon knife, or if you have like a coated knife of some sort, then that'll do the same thing. But the metal itself is just going to make it brown a lot faster. Now, this will give you enough lettuce, just chopping up the whole, you know, head of it here. This will give you enough lettuce that you could do side salads throughout the week, or do some salads for lunches, that type of thing. If it's prepared, I find we're way more likely to use it and to eat it than if it's not. If I have to clean the lettuce and cut the lettuce and dirty things up all over again, it's just way less likely to happen. So chopping up the whole thing now. I tell myself if I have to chop more by the end of the week because I ate it, then that's a good thing. I don't mind that because I ate it or because somebody else ate it, of course. But if we go through the whole thing of lettuce, that's not a bad sign. So the chicken's on its 15-minute countdown now. Which I'm gonna be so happy when I don't have to chop that up and cook it on 2 different nights. It's just gonna be done. I'll chop it up before it goes in the fridge, and then we're just gonna call that a day. So there you go. Lettuce, all chopped. Now, I am skipping a little step here. I still have grated cheese from last week, so I am not going to be grating cheese to be going in the quiche because I have it still in the bag right here, and that's okay. The price was right on it last week. It was on sale, and I'm like, well, good enough. So, other things. Level 2. If you want to look in your fridge and see if there's any veggies that need to be used up, we're going to be putting just a cup and a half of veggies. Like I had some leftover diced up pepper right here. And there's some onion in there as well. It was leftover from a recipe. I didn't use it, didn't need it, so that's going in here. I'm gonna chop up a few mushrooms. I also know that I have some spinach in my freezer. So that spinach is going to be going in my veggie quiche as well. Calls for about cup and a half worth of vegetables or add-ins. So if you're planning on having, you know, a veggie night, then throw in veggies. If the idea of a veggie night doesn't appeal to you or your family, you could choose to put some protein in there as well. But if you don't, you're gonna get lots of protein from the veggies anyway. I'm gonna throw some spinach in there and probably a little more diced onion or maybe a shallot. But there we go. That's some veggies prepped for my quiche, and I'll see what I acquire between now and then, and maybe just ask the boys what they're feeling. So I am going to grate up some Parmesan cheese. It doesn't look like we're doing tons, but the amount of difference this makes in the run of a week is quite impressive. It really is. And just when you look in your fridge and you just have stuff that's already prepared, the feeling is just relief. Because you're already ahead of the game, and there are way too many moments in life where we just feel a little behind. Feeding our families should not be the most stressful part, right? Okay. So there we go. Parmesan cheese, ready to go. And aside from just saving time on the general prep, It also saves you time on dishes, because otherwise I would be taking out my cutting board each day. I would be taking out, I might be taking the cheese grater out multiple times, the knives, the food chopper, and this way I only have to do it once. So always a great time saver. Chicken will be done in 10 minutes. So that'll give me time to go ahead, get the kitchen cleaned up, and I hope you guys are looking forward to this week. I will see you guys next week, and thank you always. Bye-bye.